Hey, this is Sam here from samnuku.com, and I want to thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. In today's Daily Marketing Dime, what I wanted to share with you is persistence, and particularly a story of what I've actually been through when it comes to the online marketing game. Now, when I first started with the online marketing game, I was very much a digital hoarder. I learned everything, I applied very little, and I taught absolutely nothing, right? So you can imagine the kind of results that I got. But one thing that I did do very, very well is that I continued to persist. I knew that this was something that I wanted to do, and it was something that I wanted to be very successful at, and I felt I just needed some guidance. What I've come to realize now that I've come somewhat full circle is that how important persistence was to the success that I've now had. You see, when I started blogging, I was absolutely terrified. And by terrified, I mean, I can't even explain. People have fear of public speaking. People have a fear of getting up and creating videos and putting them out there on YouTube. I don't have those fears, but I did have a fear around creating blog posts for one reason or another. I'm unsure why, and it just absolutely terrified me. The very first blog post I wrote about, I believe it was around about 500 to 600 words. From what I remember, it was terrible. I thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread, of course, but my coach was pretty quick to correct me there, and he certainly didn't hound me about it. You know, he didn't say it was bad or anything like that, but he just said, yeah, you've got a lot of improvement to make. I kind of took that up as a challenge, and I continued to persist with my writing, and I pushed myself to the point where I could sit down in one evening, and it would probably take 6 to 7 hours of writing, formatting, confirming, what I was looking at, and about a week's research leading up to that point, so that I could convey exactly what I wanted to convey, and I wasn't just making it up, or, I was also relying on other resources, so it wasn't just a biased write-up or anything like that, and I could write, between 3,000 and 3,500 words. That format wasn't really working for me. Like, I could sit down and do it, and I was enjoying doing it. It was an amazing feeling putting together such a comprehensive blog post. But the blog posts were too comprehensive, right? And that's where it was not necessarily counterproductive, but it just wasn't as productive or as useful. What I found was more useful was smaller blog posts, fewer words, actionable steps, that could really help people in whatever it is that they were trying to do. So I continued to persist, and it's now at a point basically where I could literally just sit down, and with a bullet point reminder, I could sit down and write, anywhere between 1,100 and 1,500 words in 45 minutes to an hour. And it would still be a quality blog post. I'm not throwing rubbish out there. I refuse to put out anything that isn't quality or isn't helpful. But it just speaks volumes to the ability to be able to persist, to be able to stick with it no matter what. Irrespective of what your struggles are at the beginning, understand and appreciate that you are at the beginning. It is a journey. Building an online business does take a lot of work. Okay, don't let anyone convince you otherwise. Because if they're trying to sell you some shit that you probably shouldn't be buying. So I'm here to tell you that no matter what, wherever you're at with your journey, that there is light in the tunnel, whether you can see it or not. There is an end to the tunnel, and that if you continue to persist, then you will be successful at what it is that you're trying to do. Okay, whether that be video marketing, blogging, whatever it is that you're studying, whatever it is that you're trying to apply. It could be email marketing as well. Whatever it is, persist, because even though you may feel that you suck right now, the content that you're creating is producing some value for somebody out there. In other words, you're affecting a life in a positive way, that if you were to hoard that information and that wisdom and experience, that you help absolutely no one. Okay? So persist with your goals, whatever they are, stay the path, get it done, and in due time, you will master it, and you'll be able to write and create videos and emails, and you'll be doing this LinkedIn marketing thing like it was brushing your teeth. All right? So take care, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.